everyone, it's Monica with Advice to Think Twice, and I wanted to do a pick a card reading. Obviously it's a pick a group or a pick a pile, pick a deck, whatever you want to call it. So this is going to be for everybody watching. If you're drawn to this video, it means there's a message in it for you. And with pick a card readings, I always say just take a deep breath, clear your mind, and then either pick a number, 1, 2, or 3, or look at the decks, clear your mind, and then see which one kind of screams at you, which one stands out to you the most, and you can go ahead with that deck. I do say that's the first stage, right? Pick a number, but obviously if you feel drawn to 2, or if you want to watch the whole video, there might be messages for you everywhere. If you feel like you can't decide which number to pick, it might be that you have messages in all the different groups. Is that kind of energy, right? So you're going to have to pick and choose how you want to work with these decks. That being said, your February monthlies are out. You've got week ahead readings out to go ahead and check out. The January specials have ended, the New Year specials rather, but I will put something in place for like a Valentine's special that you could use for love related questions, but not only. All right, so stay tuned for that. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to be setting it up, maybe this week, so you can use it for the whole of Feb. We'll try that. Okay, so, and if you are waiting on a private reading with me, I'm doing those today. Just FYI, and I'm filming this on the 1st of Feb. Alright, so everybody ready? I'm going to do timestamps as we go. You can pause the video, make your choice, and then we'll get started, okay? So let's begin, 2:05 roughly. Let's begin with the first deck. I'll put these two aside for now. And we're going to begin with this first deck. So group number 1, pile number 1, the number 1 option. What's going on for group number 1? What do I need to know? Excuse me. What do I need to know? Group number 1, what do they need to know for their highest good? What is the situation they're dealing with? And what do they need to know? Advice for their highest good. All right, so let's see. 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, the 5 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, the Fool in the past, the Queen of Wands in the near future, the 6 of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Cups. It's a bit of an interesting energy here because it's almost like you're getting what you wanted, but either you're not seeing it, or you're focused on what's not coming together exactly the way you want it. So I want to caution you there, because you have these amazing cards, but your mindset, your frame of thinking, what you're looking at is the 5 of Cups. And this is where we've got, that negative mentality. It's pessimism. It's focusing on what is lost. It's focusing on what has not come together, focusing on the sacrifices that we've made to get to where we are, and forgetting that we're actually here where we wanted to be in the first place. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of energy. For others of you, that just signifies I'm getting a few different scenarios. So there is that one. Be mindful of your mindset, because you have the 10 of Pentacles in your current situation. You have the 4 of Wands in the foundation. So that's what you've been working towards. With the Wheel of Fortune, maybe something is changing in that dynamic. You do have this completion energy. For some of you, you are, you've taken a chance on something. You've achieved it. Okay, so that's one milestone. And now I feel like it's time to move to the next level, okay? And it's almost like you don't want to. It's almost like you want to stay here. I don't want any more. I don't want any better. This is fine. It's good. It's okay, right? But actually, you're receiving a lot of attention with the Queen of Wands here. A lot of attention with the 6 of Wands, right? Fame, popularity. Everyone wants to work with you. people making you offers, job offers, offers to collaborate, offers to work together in some capacity. People putting more orders in if you own your own business. Okay, so the message here for you is, yes, you got your wish, but there's even more available to you, right? If you just kind of go with the opportunities that are now presented to you and try to think outside the box, look outside that comfort zone that you've got to, and almost that's why it feels like you're being pushed out of it, because you don't really want to go, right? And you don't have to, don't get me wrong, you don't have to, you can stay where you are, but there's so much potential for growth here, okay? I'm also seeing pregnancy happening for some of you, especially if you have had, this is you or your partner, a miscarriage. My heart goes out to you if you have. And it's almost like you're afraid to get happy about it. You're afraid to be optimistic and positive about it because you're afraid that what happened before will happen again. But looking at these cards, this is going to be okay, right? This is going to go to full term. It's going to be a healthy pregnancy. So try to treat it as a new situation, right? Not as the same as the past. And another scenario that I'm seeing in group number 1, you got 3 scenarios. I am seeing the end of a relationship, the end of a commitment, romantic or professional, because either you want to be single, Queen of Wands, you have other options, you want to keep your options open, and you will have a better opportunity presented to you if you're unhappy where you are with the 5 of Cups, or if someone walked out on you with the Fool in the past. This is telling you, try to keep your eyes open and hold the eyes in there, right? Because there's someone very, very attracted to you in your midst already. You might be talking to them online currently, or exchanging very short messages, or you might be working with them, or you are dealing with them in anything to do with business or studies, or even personal training, that kind of interaction. Okay, so you've got the advice to open your eyes, look around. There's a much better opportunity for you there. Okay, yes, this was painful, unfair, unnecessary. However, it has happened, and with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's for your highest good, whether it feels like it or not at the minute. So try to pursue that, right? Try to look at it as, how could this be for my highest good? What could this bring into my life, as opposed to just focusing on what this is taken from your life. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so yeah, anything that has been lost, or you feel like you were left behind or pushed out of something, it's for you. It's literally for your highest good. Okay, it's something you thought was your stability and your happily ever after, but actually there's something much better for you. Your true wish fulfillment is someplace else, and that's why this had to come to an end. Does that make sense? It's the same situation in terms of job, in terms of, you know what I mean? Because the 10 of Discs with the Wheel of Fortune could be the end of a contract and they didn't renew your contract, or it's the end of a job because of redundancy, or it's the end of a job because of restructure within the company, right? And this either allows you to solely focus on your business, to start a business, or to start looking for other opportunities, applying, going to interviews. And you're going to get an offer very quickly. You're not going to have to be searching for long. And it will be a lot better than what you left behind, or what has left you behind, okay? Depending on how you look at it. So let's get you some additional advice. Ooh. I mean, look. Ace of Discs flew out, literally. Okay, new opportunity. Princess Swords, yeah. Hold on for the real opportunity. Hold on for that big thing. Hold on for what you deserve, because it is coming, okay? This could also be money with a contract, okay? Some sort of agreements being signed, and there's money. It could be, if it's new job, if it's relocation. Princess of Wands, Princess of Swords, 3 of Wands, and Queen of Swords. Yeah, there's I get the sense that for For some of you, you're looking at two options. I don't know if it's one for from the past and a new one coming in, or if it is two new opportunities coming in for you. You're going to have to be very selective there. For others of you, I feel like whoever left or whoever was very unfair in a dynamic and it has led to an ending, and I feel like it's, for some of you, I feel like this is you and the page sort of is them, and for others it's vice versa. Okay, one party still wants to talk, one party still wants to at least be friends, still wants to hang out, do things together, while the other is very cold and cutting with their words, very immature. Okay, this is the Knight of Swords, by the way, sorry. That just means quick. Okay, hold on, because it's going to be quick. Your opportunity, new opportunity is going to be quick. And with the Queen of Swords and the Three of Wands, I feel like for the most part, your advice here is to close the door on the past. Whatever was unfair or wherever you were mistreated, it is not going to change. They do not deserve you, whoever they are. And look to the future with the Three of Wands, because you'll have two, if not three, things to choose from in terms of who to date, job opportunity, place to live, new friends, new connections that will be significant and prosperous in your life, okay? So even though with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, even though it feels, it sucks, you know, to put it in plain English, because you did not want this change. You did not want this change. You did not want this ending. You were actually okay with how things were. However, the Wheel of Fortune is here as your challenge to say things were not okay for you. So either there was stuff going on you weren't aware of, and it would have hurt you even worse further down the line, or it's a case of rejection is God's protection, or it's a case of what you thought was good for you, or good enough, I want to say, actually wasn't, and it was starting to hurt you rather than help you. Okay, it was starting to keep you stuck, or it was dead weight for you. And that's why this is happening, all right? And that's why your advice is to keep your eye open on possibilities, okay? What is this? Because you see all these eyes, like even on the wings of the birds, there are eyes. Instead of thinking, okay, focusing on what is going away, what is falling apart, what is being taken from you, what you're being pushed out of, try to turn it around and at least entertain the thought of, okay, how could this be a good thing for me? What does it free me up to do? What do I do with all this time now? What could I do? What do I want to do? What do I want my next steps to be? And that's how we switch the focus from the past to the future. And it's easier for us to release what happened that we can no longer change anyway, and really embrace any new opportunities that are coming in. And trust me, you have opportunities coming in, okay? So I will leave that with you. Comment down below and let me know what you're dealing with. And if the messages resonate with you, let me know if the reading helps you, right? Because that's my goal here. Okay. Right. Moving on to group number 2. Just doing the timestamps. Hi, group number 2. Thanks for joining us. If you're skipping ahead, watch the intro as well, because there's some important information for you there. Ten of Swords. What in the world? Okay, let's see. Angels and guides, what do group number 2 need to know? What's the situation they're dealing with and what they need to know about it? Any advice they need for their highest good? Group number 2. What they need to know for their highest good. Group number 2. What's going on and what I need to know about it. Alright. So we have the Four of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Swords in the foundation, the Ten of Wands in the past, the Queen of Pentacles in the outcome, with the Tower and the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords, something's going to be happening very, very quickly. Out of the blue, it could be an impulse conversation, an impulsive type of offer. something that's kind of blunt and to the point, right? It feels like where you're in your head about something you want to say, and you're in your head so much about it, and you're thinking so much about it, trying to perfect it, right? Trying to make it the best that it can be, trying to, make sure you're using all the right words, you're using, you know what I mean? Is that kind of energy. And you're overthinking it so much that you get to the point where you just say, you know what, F this, I'm just going to say it. Whatever comes out, right? This is what I want. And the message that comes out after all that overthinking is literally the most concise, precise, exactly what you really wanted to say, without you trying to sound more diplomatic, kinder, or do you know what I mean? It's that kind of situation that I'm looking at here. I do see an offer being made, but it's not accepted. Or not accepted right away. Either not accepted right away or just not accepted. Let's see. Because we have the Four of Cups, and this can be the on again, off again situation, right? Whether it's a romantic situation or something to do with work, or you take it as it resonates to you. This is the energy, right? It's something that's on again, off again. You keep dealing with this, and it's just ridiculous. You get to the point where it's like, you know what, I've had enough. And because you see, you have the Ten of Wands in the past. It has been something very present in your life, either the same person, the same situation, or the same pattern, okay, of trying to walk away, and then the other party makes another promise, makes a little gesture, makes a little effort, and you come back, okay? So it's that dynamic that I'm looking at here. They keep promising you the raise, they never deliver. When you say, okay, that's it, I'm quitting, they're like, no, hold on, let's talk about it, let's see what we can do. Next day they come up and they tell you, look, I talked to my manager, they're talking to HR, we're setting things in motion, right? But there's nothing real concrete. It's just the words. That's why you have the cups there. And you're like, okay, I'll give it more time then. And then before you know it, a few months have passed, and then still nothing's happened. You go back and you say, okay, seriously, I'm done, that's it, I'm walking out. And maybe you're even more determined this time. And they're like, no, okay, seriously, let me go figure it out. Sorry, I got so busy with this and that and the other. We don't want to lose you. You're a priority. You're this amazing whatever. And I'm going to get you something right now, right? So, again, you're thinking, all right, okay, you're trying to be understanding. You're trying to give the benefit of the doubt. And it just becomes this cycle. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We all know what I'm talking about because we've all done it. We've all been there. Love life, we've all been there, right? Breadcrumbing, and you're like, okay, that's it. I deserve better. I'm out. And then all of a sudden, here comes the love, right? Just until they get comfortable that you're not going to go, and then it goes back to less than behavior. Okay, I'm not going to go more into detail because we all know the situation, don't we? It's that kind of cycle that I'm looking at here, and it's been going on for 10 months, 10 years, or your entire life, okay? Obviously not with the exact same person or the exact same situation, but it's the same pattern, okay? Your challenge, Page of Cups, here they come again, right? And don't get me wrong, I don't want to be mean here or whatever, but the Page of Cups is a kind, sweet, loving message. It really is. However, that's all it is, right? That's all it is. This is someone who can be loving, but when it comes to the real, when it comes down to the wire, when it comes to you really need them to be there for you, life happens, okay? Stuff hits the fan, and you need them there to step up and be present and help you and support you and encourage you. They are not there. Do you know what I mean? They can be loving towards you in words, in gestures that, yes, they are sweet, but they don't really have weight. Do you know what I mean? This is someone who will pay you compliments and will buy you flowers, but then when you need someone to take you to the hospital, they got other stuff to do. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of dynamic. It's someone who's very sweet, very gentle, very loving, can be very loving, but very immature. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. And here comes that message yet again, okay? They're trying to initiate conversation. It's out of the blue. You might have not seen them, spoken to them. You have not addressed this situation in a long time. how you're looking at it with the Five of Swords, you have opened your eyes to the situation, right? You're fully aware, and you're a little angry, actually. Okay, based on the pattern that you have realized, based on, you know, where the rose-colored glasses fell off, and you started to see exactly, you know, oh, I do this, and then they do that, so I don't leave. But then, do you know what I mean? You've become fully aware. And no one's perfect, and it takes two to tango. But you're very rational right now, okay? So an emotional message, come on camera, an emotional message is not going to do much to move you. It might actually annoy you because you're looking at it as, seriously, this again? You haven't even changed your approach, okay? Crowning you, Nine of Swords. I feel like whatever this is, it either still has some sort of a pull on your heartstrings, okay? There's still some emotion there. However, when you look at it from a rational perspective, this isn't good for you, or this isn't good enough, okay? And you're going back into the Nine of Swords energy, which was also part of the pattern of starting to think about it. And then you start to overthink, right? Am I being unfair? Am I exaggerating? Am I being mean? And do you know what I mean? You're starting to question. And I feel like that's, again, just part of the pattern. However, in the foundation, at the bottom of everything, you're not impressed, okay? Excuse me, you're not impressed. Because you've come to that point where there's no way I could spin this. There's no way I could think about it, maybe as I would have done before, to make excuses for it. Because I know I'm full of it. Everyone knows I'd be full of it if I tried to spin it in a different way than what it actually is. Does that make sense? And with the Knight of Swords there, that's also that rude awakening. You know, this person comes in all sweet and gentle and maybe well-intended. I don't know. I can't speak for them. But, you know, it's a sweet message or a compliment or even an apology with the Page of Cups. And what they're met with, yeah, look, Seven of Wands, Knight of Swords, Five of Swords. What they're met with is very, someone who's very on guard, very blunt. This could be literally, hey, how you doing? I've been thinking about you. I hope you're doing well. Or I know this is a particularly difficult time of year for you. I'm just thinking of you. And the response to that is either no response or what are you talking about? What do you want? Right? Now, in the outcome, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like this is your energy regardless of your sign. This is where it's Queen of Pentacles mixed with the Queen of Swords, okay? I won't be surprised if I see the Queen of Swords pop out at any point, because this is that energy of being receptive, but you're sitting on your throne, right? So it's a case of, I can hear what you have to say. However, I'm not coming off this throne. I know my worth. I've worked hard to get here. I know what I deserve. So I can hear you out, but that doesn't mean I'm going to move an inch off this throne to come towards you or to allow you to come closer to me. Does that make sense? This is where we focus on our value, our self-worth, what we really deserve, because we have fully awakened to that, okay? We have broken the pattern, because we also have the Tower there. We have broken the pattern. This is no more self-sabotage. This is no more people-pleasing. This is no more codependency. This is no more trying to cut off limbs to fit in a box for someone else. Do you know what I mean? Because we know who we are. We like who we are. We appreciate and respect who we are. And we're not going to accept less than what we deserve. Okay? And it's not from an egotistical standpoint. It's from a fair, healthy, balanced standpoint. I know what I have to offer. I'm not just going to give it to anyone. I'm not going to just invest into something that just takes me for granted. I love myself and I respect myself to you know, better than that. With the Ace of Pentacles, an offer is being made. and I'm gonna see where it goes, because like I say, if they can also break their pattern, the other party, I feel like this is going to be considered at least. But I feel like for the most part, this is being very, very circumspect. This is being very, very, a little cynical, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, what's the point in all this? What are you doing? What are you talking about? What's the point to this? For others of you where you have had to hold your ground and this is going on in your work or it's impacting your money situation, I feel like at the 11th hour, you're going to get the offer that they kept promising you, the raise or the promotion. However, by that time, I feel like you don't want it anymore. Because it's like, if it took this to get here, if it took me having to go through all those jump through all those hoops, and it took months or years for you to do something that is the fair thing to do, it's what I deserve, I don't really want it. Do you know what I mean? If I have to fight to be respected when I've already proven my worth, I don't want what you got to offer me. Okay, so let's see where this is headed. What's going to happen after this Ace of Pentacles is being offered? The Devil, yeah, and the Ten of Swords. Here it is again. I feel like for the most part, you're going to say no thank you. You're going to recognize the pattern. You're going to recognize that they just keep doing the same thing. And you're going to say no thank you. I'm good. Someone is trying to tempt you into staying or going back, and you are fully awake to that and fully aware of the pattern, and you're not impressed. And not only are you not impressed, it's slightly annoying, and if they insist, you're going to get angry and go off on them. And in terms of work, like I say, it's like the 11th hour, when you already told them, when you tell them, hey, I quit, here's my notice, I found something else. That's when they come in, because, oh my God, you rock their world. Oh my God, you can't go, right? You're such a valuable member of the team. You're such a valuable employee. Here's some money, right? Ace of Pentacles with the Devil. But it's something to tempt you. It's something to tempt you and to keep you there. And you know that. And you're saying, no, thank you. I'm just going to follow through with this other opportunity that I've accepted. Yeah, 9 of Cups, man. This is glow up energy. And that's your best course of action. That's also confirmation of that. Okay? So, yeah. I mean, this is a very typical Mercury retrograde type of dynamic here. The good news is you've done your homework and you have become very wise to your own patterns of self-sabotage, and you're not doing it anymore. This is like final test, right? Bringing back the thing or the dynamic or the situation that most triggered you or tempted you in the past. They're bringing it back around to like test you. Have you really woken up to this? Are you going to do things differently? Because if you are making different choices, then that means you have truly broken that pattern. It truly no longer holds power over you. And there's just so much abundance and so much opportunity and so much love on the other side of that bridge. Okay, once you wrap this up. So, yeah. I mean, that's pretty awesome and pretty amazing and good for you. Because, like I say, we've all been there and it's not easy to do. What usually happens is we wise up to it, right? We open our minds and we can be rational about it. But then when it comes back around, it's like we can't control our hearts, right? We just can't, it feels like we can't control ourselves. No matter what we tell ourselves rationally, it feels like we can't control ourselves emotionally. And that just means there's more to heal. There's more to work on, right? When the two start talking to each other and they say the same thing, your heart and your brain, you have truly broken that pattern. And it no longer holds power over you, no matter what happens, no matter what they say, no matter what they offer, no matter, you know what I mean? And that's a beautiful day. That is a very beautiful day. Because it's literally life-changing, okay? When that happens. So good for you. And I mean that. All right, so sorry. I know the cards on the table can be a little loud. I'm sorry. Group number 3. Hey, group number 3, thank you for joining us. And if you are skipping ahead, always remember to also watch the intro, because there's valuable information for you there. So what's going on for group number 3? What's the situation? Where is it headed? What they need to know? Group number 3, what they need to know. What do we have? The Lovers. Okay. Ace of Swords. 3 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles. Judgment. 8 of Swords. The Queen of Cups. The Emperor. Bottom of the deck, the Tower. The Tower talks about things feeling very unstable, very shaky. You don't know what's what. You don't know which way is up. It usually is the feeling that we get when everything is falling apart around us. We had a plan, we had a vision, we were working towards something was supposed to be set, right? And then all of a sudden it just falls apart, it goes away, it stops working. And because you have the Lovers and a couple of 3s and the Tower, I feel like one scenario is someone was doing something they weren't supposed to within a commitment. I do feel like it's romantic for a lot of you, but for others it's also linked to your business, your professional life, or even friends and family. There is a commitment that was supposed to be long-term, long-lasting, okay? You had a contract and everything. The challenge, Ace of Swords, something is revealed, okay? There's truth being spoken or read or seen. And with the Ace of Swords, it's something that we can't contest. We can't spin it around to give someone the benefit of the doubt. This is fact, okay? There's no way around it. What is it about? The 3 of Pentacles. A third party to a situation, whether that's in a romantic sense, or a third party is anything that takes away from a partnership and it impacts it in a negative way, right? So yes, it can be another person. It could also be someone's job, where they have no limit when it comes to their job, and it obviously impacts your relationship. Or it could be someone's family, where they're too involved in your relationship, right? So there's some sort of a third party situation that has been going on. That is what is now revealed. And what it makes you think of, 3 of Wands, I'm out of here. Okay? We also have Judgment in the past. Again, something is revealed. Something we can't question. Something we can't deny. I also feel like with Judgment in the past, this is something that you suspected or kind of knew about, but you explained it away, or you were waiting for clarity, or you were waiting for proof. And here that is with the Ace of Swords. And I do feel like you're walking away from something. You're breaking up with someone, you're leaving the job, you're leaving any other kind of connection behind. You could be moving because there's too many people living where you are right now. Where it's going, we have the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords, I feel, is just intense focus on what you want. This is where you leave, and as soon as you close that door behind you, it's like you're done with those people or the situation that's behind the door. It doesn't exist to you anymore. That's it. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. So it's blocking people, ignoring people. the Queen of Cups, I feel this as withdrawal energy, or withdrawing rather, where you're going inward to try to figure out your next steps, to try to heal and recover from what happened. This could also be where if someone's trying to apologize to you, offering to make amends or whatever the case may be, I feel like it doesn't even reach you because you've blocked them already, or if you haven't blocked them, you will be blocking them when you get this message. Because with the Emperor, this Aries energy, I feel like this is you taking control, taking back control of the situation. The flip side of that would be you get a job. You've been looking for a job. You haven't told anyone. You get the job and you're handing in your notice. And it just completely tears the team apart, or your boss isn't happy. But obviously if you were happy, if things were fair and proper where you were, you wouldn't be looking for another job to begin with, right? Or if they treated you properly and rewarded you accordingly, then no matter what other offer would have been made to you, you could have said no because I'm happy here. But obviously there was something where you weren't happy there. Okay, let's get some clarification. And I do feel like if you are getting yourself out of a situation because you got the news that you got the other job, or you got the house, or you got the money, and you're cutting ties with a former commitment, you might be going at it alone because you're breaking up the team, breaking up the band, but that's it, you're done, you want to move on to bigger and better things. I feel like it's something you were waiting on and you kept it to yourself. Now that you have it, you're leaving, cutting ties, closing the door behind you. That's it, I'm done. There's nothing you can say type energy. So let's get some clarification here for you. So what's this Judgment card in the past? The Ace of Wands. What's the Lovers? The Ten of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Swords. What's this Three of Pentacles in the foundation? The King of Swords, Three of Wands crowning you, the Wheel of Fortune, and then clarifying the outcome here with the Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups, and the Emperor, the High Priestess, the Hermit. Yeah, you're withdrawing, you're walking away from something. The Six of Wands. So for some of you, what this is literally you were part of a group or part of a team where you were living with other people. That could be family, doesn't have to be. Two of Cups under the Tower. Living with friends, living with family. And you were just ready for a change. Okay, you were ready for a change. Either you were you had your own ideas, you want to do things your own way, but obviously because you were part of the team, part of the group, everyone had a say. There was a vote to everything, and that got old real fast. You took action and you started looking for other options for yourself because you wanted a change. You wanted to change where you live, you wanted to change, be on your own, do things your own way. And that's what's happening here. I feel like you haven't told anyone you're doing this, because you also have the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups and the Hermit. But at the end of the day, you don't really have to tell anyone. It's your business. Do you know what I mean? And if anyone's trying to make you feel guilty, because that can be the case sometimes with that Queen of Cups, someone playing the victim a little bit, someone trying to guilt you into staying. But you see how all these eyes are closed? That I'm looking at, like all these eyes are closed. Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, the Hermit, like all their eyes are closed. They're like, I'm done, I've made up my mind, I'm not changing my mind. Okay, Emperor energy. And I'm not even going to give you the opportunity to try to convince me otherwise, because at the end of the day, this is a victory for you and you alone, and you're walking your own path. So this could be where you're moving out of the family home, you're moving out of a home you shared with family or friends. You were waiting for a contract, you were waiting for something to be revealed, either if you got the job, if you got the place, if you got the money, and that's what's come through, and now you get to move, right? And it's your way. The Emperor with the Six of Wands, the Hermit, the High Priestess, these are very much individual energies, okay? I'm doing this, I am doing this, I am deciding, I am taking action, it's my way here, my way, my will, okay? And that's exactly what's going on, right? So this energy here is talking about separating from a group of people, a team, family dynamic, even a community that's just very closely knit, like everyone knows what everyone else is doing, and you're like, I don't care, I'm not like that. Right? I don't care. Stop telling me what people are doing. I don't care. I got better things to do. And you were looking for a very different place to live, to put some distance, right, between you and this group dynamic here, in whatever capacity that is. And that's what's happening. You're getting what you were waiting for, and you're moving out of there. Okay, quite literally for a lot of you. Or that could translate into changing your job, and you're leaving a dynamic that, again, it could have been like a small business or a family-owned business, and again, everyone was in everyone else's business, right? And it was just too close for comfort. And while it was a source of support at some point, it got to be too much, right? There was no privacy. You want your privacy. The High Priestess, the Hermit. You want your privacy. You want to have the power to make decisions in your own life for yourself. Not everyone gets a vote. Not everyone gets a say. But in this dynamic, that's the norm. Does that make sense? And you're putting distance between you and this family, this group, this job, this community, whatever this is. Okay? And you're walking your own path. However that makes sense to you, whatever it is that you were waiting on to be able to set on this journey, that's what's coming in and is allowing for this change to happen. This could also be a case of you were in a relationship, maybe even a marriage, and it's one of them situations where your family loves your partner more than you do sometimes, or they love that partner, but they don't know what they're actually like. And so that's why you can talk to them to say you wanted to leave, because they wouldn't have got it anyway, because they only saw the happy times, right? And they saw this person as perfect, and they would have, I almost feel like they would have turned on you to make you question yourself, what's wrong with you, right? This person's amazing, this person's perfect, and you're like, no, they're not, they're really not, I know what they're like. And I just feel like you're doing everything hush hush, and you're just telling them when it's done, type energy, if that. Because there is the end of a partnership here because of unfair, look, Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. This was where there was an imbalance. You gave more than you received. You were dealing with someone who just was a taker, and they kept making excuses, telling you lies, telling you half-truths. I also get that this is a situation where you were working on the partnership. You were saving money for the two of you. We're saving money for a house for the two of you. And this is where someone, the other person, was giving money to friends or family that was supposed to be for the two of you. They were taking from that fund that was supposed to be just for the two of you, your future, and they're supporting friends or family. Okay? And that has gone too far. They have been lying about it. That's what's revealed. You're done. You might be talking to a lawyer to see if you can get some money back. And obviously it is a betrayal, right? There's no other word for it. However, with the Tower and the Ace of Swords, now you know, there's no question about it, and you can make different decisions to get yourself out of that dead-end situation, because it was a dead-end situation. Okay? And for those of you, you could already be in a partnership, because you have all these threes. You could already be in a partnership of some sort, but you meet someone else and you view that person as, you know, I could really have a long-term, healthy future with this person. I want to pursue this. And so this is you breaking the news to your current partner. It's not working out. I'm moving out, right? Because be careful with that Seven of Swords. You're creating karma, so be careful how you exit the situation, because you're creating karma. But I do see some sort of a breakup or even divorce here. But again, what I want to say is there has been a truth of your current connection that you have been avoiding taking action on for quite some time. And now this is like you meeting someone new, or you being presented with the right kind of opportunity for you, is another nudge from the universe to say, wrap things up over here. Make sure you're doing it ethically, legally, morally, right? So that you can free yourself to pursue this other path that is actually what you truly deserve. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. So guys, I will leave that with you. You're going to have to tell me what this is about, how it's playing out for you. And if you do resonate with these messages, I hope the reading helps you. I hope it gives you clarity. I hope it gives you advice on how to proceed. I hope it gives you the sign you were looking for, the confirmation you were looking for. Okay, and let me know in the comments. And as always, guys, thank you so much for your support. Liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate you helping the channel grow as well. So I will leave that with you. Like I say, check out the other readings on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay? Bye for now.